Hello, welcome to another video, and today I'm looking at the suitcase carry and why I really rate this exercise so highly for helping people who are struggling with hip problems. Tightness through the QL, leg length discrepancy, FAI, all of those various things that are around the pelvis and the hip. And this exercise really shows you what happens when there's a dysfunction present, right? So on the screen to the right here, we've got a guy showing us the suitcase carry where he keeps really good control of everything versus the one on the left where he has it in his right hand, right? So the left-handed version he handles really well, and the right-handed one he's just all over the place. I'll see if you can spot it. It's a bit hard because I'm bouncing around a bit, so I'm going to break it down for you a bit slowly. So firstly, we look at the good form. When you watch him walk, see how he'll have quite good control of the stance leg. So his issue is on this right leg. All right, so you can see here he's on his poor leg right now, but he actually has really good control. So if you're coming back from going to here, he doesn't actually sway or move at all. Because if he did, what you would see on this is why it's such a cool exercise, is because the barbell wants to go to the ground. Gravity wants to take it there. And we would see a real shift of his left shoulder would drop and the pelvis would end up uneven. All right, so we'd see all this real shaking around, the barbell moving side to side quite a lot. That's what you'd see on the dysfunction of it. But you can see here, he actually controls it quite well. And notice how he uses his right hand quite well out to the side here, which creates this sort of, where he's leaning away from the bar. So he's really controlling everything through this. So the glute is really working hard in combination with the QL on this side and the internal oblique on the opposite side. All right, so he gets this really nice. If I just take that back, sorry. So as he's moving forward, he gets this really good control. You can see that really nice stance. He loses a little bit there, but you'll see when we go to this other side where he's all over the place. If I take this right back, and you see it from the very minute he gets going. So it happens almost instantly where he moves out here, and you see how that barbell will start moving around. See how it's moving, and he just can't control it. He just has no control over this movement at all. And you'll notice that his arm, look at his left arm swinging around, and we'll see how it'll move almost like a normal walking gait. And then he really loses control here. See how he'll really fall over towards the left side instead of staying and then falling back into this right side when his right foot plants. So he's sort of swaying around. See that there? That's where he loses a lot more control, and he's not creating the stiffness as he did in that on the other side that we saw with the hand staying right out there. See the difference in that? I'll just move this over a bit so you can get an idea. But as he's moving, you'll see that arm just keeps moving around too much, and you see that real lopsided as the foot plants. And what happens here is what we almost call a reverse Trendelenburg, because he'll almost like stiffen this leg like a pole vault, and then he'll move side to side to create his forward motion. All right, so he'll move out to here by pole vaulting this leg, where sometimes we'll see the leg kick out this way. But he's definitely a reverse Trendelenburg, and it's really noticeable to see when you're comparing the two versions of the good form. You can really see that left one. He's all over the place with his arm where the right's on that one with the left hand. He's perfectly well balanced all the way through. All right, so the suitcase carry really underrated as an exercise, but it does some amazing things. Now to correct it within itself can be quite difficult, so I might need to use various single leg deadlifts, oblique sort of exercise, plank type things, some intra-transitional ones. So if you look in the description under the video, there's a great article there that lists a lot of these transitional exercises that go from isolating things, which won't be enough to change anything, how I integrate it back into the movement pattern of the gait cycle like this, because that's the thing you really got to change, is trying to learn how to get this to not to have that real wonky feeling there, where it's almost like he's stepping in a pothole. You can see that where that leg really locks out here. To say that it's truly a weakness is not really correct, because if it was weak, this side would suck, but this side doesn't suck. This side, and he even can feel it when he's doing it himself. All right, so a great exercise for anyone suffering with that glute dysfunction, walking dysfunction, tight QL. A great exercise to even it up, but you will make many mistakes in learning the exercise itself. And prior to this, you really need to execute a Romanian deadlift perfectly, be working on your hip mobility quite a lot. And he had been doing that for quite a fair while before we transitioned to this type of movement. But now we're at that point where we're trying to piece it all together. All right, so I hope this exercise, this video gives you some ideas and helps you with your training and helps you overcome the problems that many people face. All right, see you on the next video.